Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the late start. How you all doing? Hope you all doing well. As I take a sip of a coffee. Oh, that's still doing that. Right, so I've got to fix that. Okay. Anyway, how's everyone been? You're all probably... No, it's Monday today, so some of you are still in your weekend, some of you are probably not. And never mind, eh? But yeah, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 with the Podclaw. As I just sort things out here, because we've got someone that's joined us and we're just doing a bit of revamping, redoing. And I've got to make sure I've got the right thing. Now, you're on your desktop there, and I've got to put you as thing because it changed that whole link. Done that. Hopefully we get Patrio to come up. That's the one. And just let me know when you're ready. You're back in the game. And that would be DJ I'm talking to, and Patrio, of course. So how are you guys? As I unmute you.
Something.
You're
Okay.
good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just trying to figure out why I couldn't move for a weird second there.
Yeah, the first loading is always the killer. Also, hello,
Yeah.
folks. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well today, JJ. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Enthusiasm is overwhelming. Right. I'm just down here fixing my cows up. I need to shut the curtain beside me too. Yeah, look, professional, aren't I? All ready to go.
No.
DJ's throwing me off with his demands.
not demanding anything. What is this?
So, yeah, I've come down to check out my cows and see what they need. They need cleanliness. Good for them. They also need some straw and they need total mixed ration. Well, they don't really. That'll last a little bit. So we should be all right with that, actually. I'll just fill the water up anyway.
See large cows everywhere. There's a wild triple J in the distance.
Yes, and there's a cranky. And now I'm going to get back in and head back to the thing. So if you want to jump in, you can, and I can drive you back to the... It's shift.
Yeah.
Shift, what is it? Shift. And the button you
Shift
normally get in.
wasn't it?
No, shift.
Enter, wasn't it?
If you bring up your, whatchamacallit, while you're doing that, I'll bring your feed back up. Where are we?
The F1 menu is what JJ's trying to say.
Yeah.
You should see universal passenger.
Let's shift C.
There we go.
See how this goes. See how good of a driver he is.
Oh, mate, I'm fantastic. You just wait.
In my eyes, it may be a little bit different.
He just sets the Tesla auto drive on.
Yeah, that too.
Yep, exactly. So we're heading back to the boo. It's almost 6 o'clock starting time. Now, what we're going to do is, as I've explained yesterday, the sad news about Mr. Smudo not being able to join us for a while. Maybe not until 22 comes out. So, DJ decided, which is Cranky by the way, and his feed's up the top left. Well, he's on the top and Patrio's at the bottom. So, if DJ decides that he will come here and be a regular feature with these, he can take over Smudo's farm and he can do what he likes with it, with the fields he's got. It's totally up to him, but assuming since we did plant the sugar beet and whatever else that we did for his fields, he's got 3 fields actually, for his pigs. If you don't want to do pigs, it's probably a good idea, let that grow for the year and then harvest them and then redo the fields to whatever you need. But that's up to you.
Yeah.
And we will help you out. And
That's fine.
things like that. You'll
Oh, so
inherit
this
his.
is the main farm, I'm guessing.
This is the business's location.
Oh, good. Oh, well, Patrio.
You can jump out and I'll park.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get our jobs up and running for the day and see what we got, what's available. So this is my house too, by the way. I don't have a house at my other place. Actually, I think I stole Patrio's wagon. Sorry about that, mate. Now, what I do need to do before I forget is, is give you guys.
I probably need a...
I need to jump into the JSP contractors for a start. Ooh, just about got caught with that, like I sometimes do. And you need to do that as well, Cranky. You need to jump into the JSP contractors.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so I can promote you to farm manager and I can promote Patrio.
See what there is.
Yeah. So Smudo's one is Drago Bear Estates there. Well, actually, you make your decision. We'll move on there. You don't have to make it now. You can think about it because...
yeah, I'll think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're regular on a Sunday and we alternate Mondays and Tuesdays depending on Patrio's job schedule.
Work life.
Right, so what do we got? We've got some fertilising, harvesting, sowing, cultivating, ploughing, baling.
I haven't played this game in so long. I'm going to have to get back to using it now.
Well, I'll get you guys started on some work. What should we do here? We've got 3 fields need ploughing. One of you can do the ploughing. Just, you can decide amongst yourselves. So I'll accept these 3 ploughing contracts.
$68, 1, and what was that one? 69.
Okay, so it's field for the ploughing is 69.80 and 68, 69 and 80. We've got 3 fertilising jobs. I'll take those. And that's those done. So we've got 3 fertilising jobs, 30, 88, 95. And what I'll grab for some of our workers, I will get a couple of harvesting jobs for our workers because we've done a bit of harvesting, so a bit of change would be ideal. Neil?
Crop moisture.
Oh, have we? What a surprise.
Oh, of course, it's early in the morning.
Almost the beginning of summer, too.
Have fun.
All right, Pedro's grabbed a plough and he's on his way off to do some ploughing, I imagine. What else have we got? Let me see. See if we've got something that's... we've got some sowing of the field. I'll grab 3 of those.
What?
Sowing field 11. And I think that was sowing. Didn't look like a sower for a second. And sowing field 40 will grab. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, DJ, what would you want to do? Would you like to do fertilising or sowing?
You pick what you want to pick, and I'll just pick the last one.
Thanks, phone. Thanks for your input.
Okay.
But no one wants to listen to you. Well, I haven't done sowing in quite a bit. I'll do some sowing, and you just grab a fertiliser. We've got the big boomy fertilisers, which should be actually right to your left. Oh, there we are. Yeah, the New Holland ones, and they should be filled with fuel and something else.
New Holland sprayers, liquid fertiliser.
Yep. Right, so we're off. And as usual, 5 times speed. Oh, there's our sowers.
Gotta remember the
Keys and stuff, yeah.
X and B. Okay. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Yeah, I haven't this in so long. I can't remember the last time I played this.
Right, let me have a look at where I'm supposed to be going. So, Patrio's off. You're off the... Probably field 30 would be your... Oh, hang on, Westfield 30. Field 30. Do you know how to work auto? Down the bottom somewhere?
Bottom, like down the center bottom.
Okay. You know how to work?
No.
Okay, is it
I
up?
don't.
You have it on
Yeah,
the
it is
right hand
up.
side? Okay, so what you got to do is make sure you see the icon that's basically on and off. It's the first bottom right one. And then you got the next one, which has got an arrow and a line above the arrow. Have you got that?
I don't know what you're trying to say, but okay. I don't even know how I could get over to that, like, mouse over to it, you know?
Yeah, middle mouse wheel click to unlock your mouse arrow.
Okay. And you got field 30. Is that right?
Yeah, field 30. Yeah, as long as you're making sure that you've got the icons down the bottom left, you've got the circle, which is the power, tells you to go, but the one to the right is the main one. As long as it's got an arrow with a line up the top, that's the one you want.
Yeah, that one. Change mode.
Yeah, as long as that's the one showing at the moment, the arrow with the line up the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
A T.
Yep, so you just click the enable and it will drive you there.
Oh, what? Turn it on and then it just drives me there.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm going back this way now.
Yeah, because you're on the left-hand side, so it was picking up that direction.
Oh, because you did all these by your, like, earlier, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay.
So I got to figure out where I'm going. So you've never used auto drive? I'm actually sort of surprised.
No, I've never used it.
Yeah, my first field's field 9. Field 9 would be up the top here somewhere, isn't it? No, it's over there. All right. I auto drive to drive it, and then I can have my coffee and stuff. But you've used Courseplayer, that I do know.
Long time ago.
Okay, well, auto drive basically, it's mainly to get you from A to B.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any like field work like Courseplay does, but you've got different modes where it can get you from just A to B, and then you've got ones where it will actually deliver from one, pick up from one slot and deliver to another like Courseplay does. It'll empty harvesters out like Courseplay does. It'll just drive to a place and dump something, and a couple other modes anyway. But the benefit auto drive has over Courseplay, you know, with Courseplay, every time you want to go somewhere, like if you want to go from your silo to a sale point, you've got to do a course, drive there, drive back and record that course. And then if you want to go from a silo to a different sales place, you've got to drive there and drive back recording the course. You've got to do it every time. With auto drive, you don't. You can actually add a course. There's waypoints all over the place. It creates, and you can just start a course from one of those waypoints, so you don't have to, you know, completely do new courses all the time. So, like if you with auto drive, what I do is I do courses all the way around the roads, and when I want to go into a sales point, I just drive to the closest waypoint that it's put down near that sales point and start the course, recording the course from there into the sales point, and then join it back up to the waypoint on the roads. So I don't have to do a full loop and do a full course back and forth from the silo to the sales point. So it's brilliant like that. Absolutely brilliant.
And I might have to get the forklift because auto drive clipped the corner of a bridge and got the plough well stuck.
Of course you did.
Done. So yeah, and the other bonuses is courseplay and auto drive of the devs have worked together, and what you can do with auto drive, because I've set up a course to every single field, and that's the benefit as well with auto drive. Any part of the road I've got a course on, you want to go to a field, you can just tell it to go from that field, from that location, and it'll just do it. But what you can do with auto drive is you can set up your course the work you want to do with course play on that field, say like the field you're doing, set it up to do the fertilizing, and then if you're at the yard, you can tell auto drive to drive to that field, and then auto drive has a function where it'll make course play automatically start working on that field, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to jump in at the field and then set the course up and tell course play to start doing it. Auto drive, once it gets to the field, then tells course play take over and start working on the field. You'll get used to it as it goes on, I suppose. Right, so I am sowing hemp. Now, I should have it because I adjusted all these, so hemp should be in this. It better be because I drove all the way down here. Millet, rye, triticale, poppy, that's a good sign.
Well, I'm at the field.
Yep. So now just do fertilise the field.
Like normal.
Yeah, like normal.
That's X.
I also have a different GPS feature than the normal guidance steering as well. So if you want to know how to set that up, let me know and I'll tell you. Not the wrong fruit type for this contract. What are you on about? I'm pretty sure. Field 9. It is sticking it in there. Field 9 sowing. Yep, progress. There we go. And so I'm going to set the... No, I won't. I'll set it up going up there. Right, let's make money. Last night I actually did an impromptu stream. Mr. Patrio was there giving me good tips in voice channel, and what I did was actually I downloaded a few demos of games from Steam that are going to be coming out, some in a couple of months, some next year, and I've got about 7 of them I downloaded to have a look at, and I thought, you know what, I'll just stream it. So other people, if they want to see it, they can see what these games are like. They're different types of games. And I did 3 of them last night, and I might go back on tonight and do the other 4. So I don't know what time, roughly probably about 9 o'clock my time or something like that. But obviously if you're following me, you'll get a notification, or you can always watch the VODs. You know, I will actually stick them up on the YouTube channel too. So there's not a worry there for that if you want to have a look at some games and see what they're like, and whether or not you want to buy some. But the ones I looked at last night, I'm actually going to set up the GPS. I'll go to a snap angle of 1 degree. The first one I looked at was called, what was it, Housing Topia or something like that. And
House Beauty or House Topia, yeah.
yeah, House Topia. And basically, it's reminded me of The Sims, actually. But you're building, well, not only houses, you're building sort of like a neighbourhood, and you end up selling them. And the whole way you sort of do it was very much like The Sims. When you build a house at The Sims, if you've played The Sims, you know what I'm talking about. So you put down your foundation, you organise plots, and then you add your walls and your doors, and you've got all sorts of things there. You've got different stuff for an office, different stuff for a lounge, different stuff for bedroom, bathrooms and all that you can buy and put in. I didn't get in, I was just checking it out to see what it was like. The graphics was very much like The Sims as well, but it was good graphics, I will say that. You can put down roads, you can put down parks, it's a whole bunch of creative stuff. If you like that type of thing, it's fantastic. If you want to see what it's like so you can go watch the VOD. It was the first one I did. I won't be putting the YouTube video up till next week as usual. But yeah, no, that was a bit of fun. I did that for an hour. I chucked some stuff down, did a little house type thing, and then just threw in stuff and went through all the options of what you could buy and use and put into the house. The way you can set it up too, putting down your walls and stuff and everything is really, really good. Mainly because it doesn't force you to snap straight away, but it's a lot of freedom there. There's definitely no snapping whatsoever, but you can snap it instantly by just holding down the shift key. So yeah, that wasn't bad. I could see if you're into that game, you'll definitely be playing for quite a bit. Get your creative juices flowing. If you're not, I can see it's sort of like a house flipper type thing that you play it for quite a bit and then you'll be over it. So I suppose it depends on how much it will be. But I imagine still, even though it's just a demo and it's not coming out I think that one's coming out this year, at the end of this year or something. It's yeah, it was a nice little game to play, and I didn't get into it too deep, but yeah, I was definitely quite happy with what I saw. And the next game I play is absolutely fantastic in my view. It's the sort of game I like, but it's sort of like, if you know your Assassin's Creed. Actually, got the feel of it with the compass and everything else, but the same with when you're building your settlement, which you've got to do. It's Robin Hood building structure or something like that. And the graphics is amazing. So you're Robin Hood. You got your little village in the forest, Sherwood Forest. And yeah, the graphics was amazing. And you've got to do stuff. You've got to make houses. You get your villagers to work, but you can provide them with food and all that and stuff before they work, and you make your bows and your arrows and your swords, so you got all the crafting like that, and then you go out, and I was doing some deer hunting with my bow and arrow, and yeah, it looks fantastic. It was a 20 gig download for the demo, but I think that's how big the game's going to be, because it says it needs a 30 gig space for the game. And that's coming out sometime next year, and I am definitely keen to get that one. Absolutely beautiful game, a lot of fun, and Assassin's Creed sort of vibe to it, including like with the Assassin's Creed 2, well, mainly 3 and onwards, where you sort of built up your settlements, and that's what you're doing with this one. But you can cut the trees down and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at that. And like I said, the VOD's there if you want to check it out. That was absolutely amazing. The last one was also a very good game, and it's Mythbusters, the game. If you know the TV series, well, there's a game. And it was...
I was waiting for you to say that, because I used to watch Mythbusters all the time on TV, and well, RIP Grant Imahara right there.
But oh, I tell you, I started off playing. I was very worried about the game. I thought it was a very cheap version of it, and I thought it was just a mini game type thing way it started off. But it was brilliant. It ended up a little confusing, but that might have been because I was tired. But it was absolutely an amazing game. I'll tell you that much for free, and I did because I didn't charge it. Unless you subscribed, then you paid for it, didn't you? You start off like you got to choose a myth, and then you got to do blueprints, and these mini games you got to do to get the blueprint up and running. And once you've done that, you got to go off and build stuff. So you got to go into the warehouse and grab all the stuff, and it turned in a bit like Car Mechanic Simulator. You got to grab your parts, and then I went over. I had to cut down some planks of timber, and I had to go off and actually put the skill saw together, or whatever, the drop saw together, and put the blade in it and get the right blade and buy the blade and stuff like that. And then you had to cut them the right length, and yeah, it was brilliant. And I made a sort of a test dummy type thing, and the whole point was something to do with grenades. I had to buy a grenade, I had to take the fuse out of it, replace it with something else, and then eventually I had to take it to the shooting range test site and do something. I can't remember the whole point of the myth I was trying to break. And you got a choices of myths, you got choices of people that'll be with you, because you actually, the point of the neat things is, I found, is at the end of it, is after I did everything and did the experiment and all that, you got to go back to base and you've got to edit it, because you're actually making the show, and your whole point is to sort of try and get a bigger budget, trying to get more fans, and there's certain things you get that'll help you do that. And then you go back and you do some editing, which is just basically sort of like cards that give you, oh, this will give you extra money if you add this, and this will give you extra fans if you add this in. But you've got to do a 55-minute episode, and these cards have a certain amount of minutes on them, like this bit will be 20-minute long segment, and oh, it was an absolutely great concept. And that one I think also is coming out next year, and it's definitely something I'd love to get. I'd love to get. It was a lot of fun. I might actually do some streams, maybe on a Wednesday, even though it's not my normal day, as you most of you will know, because I'm generally up early, so I don't get much sleep that night. Throwing my pattern out, and I'm a bit tired, but I might do a couple of hours on each game, since they're demos. I won't need that long, I would imagine, and give them a go fully. But at the moment I'm just going through them quickly just to have a look, and if anyone's in chat, get their opinions and stuff like that. So I've got another 4 to go, and one of them's House Flipper City. Now, if you know the House Flipper game, I don't know if it's the same. I assume it would be with the same developers, considering the name. This time, instead of doing houses, it looks like you do apartments and buildings and commercials. I'm not really sure yet. I've got to have a look at that. And what else was there? There's a game that is rather... I actually have to play it more to even sort of come up with a description. I went in and gave them a little go to just make sure that they would actually be okay streaming them, and I wouldn't have a problem with OBS or anything like that. I just went and did a test stream with old Twitch Inspector, whatever it was, where you can do like you're streaming, but it doesn't actually go live, but it checks your bit rate and everything like that, and make sure it's okay. And yeah, there's this. I don't explain it, but it's you're on a different world where you just have to Eon something or other it's called. I once again can't remember. It's late. I downloaded them and just did them. I got a car manufacturing tycoon type game there to have a look at. I have Destroyer, the U-boat hunter. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a go at that one. And how many? There's one more. Obviously, I'm missing. Now World Creator. Yeah, which is sort of got a no man's land sort of feel to it with the destruction of resources, but you like Mars, you go onto Mars and you terraform it and stuff like that, and it's obviously a bit of survival too, because you're going to craft oxygen tanks for yourself and all that kind of stuff. When I went in there, nice graphics though, I'll tell you that much. So if you're interested, well, most of you that are watching it probably will be asleep because you're in the States, but anyone else who isn't, you can join. Otherwise, you can have a look at the VODs. And like I said, I'll probably, even though they'll be doing it my night time, I'll probably do some of them on a Wednesday, just pump out a couple every now and then. And as Wednesday, and I was thinking about doing it as a regular feature type deal. Just doing an odd stream on a Wednesday for a couple of hours, checking out demos of games that'll be coming out. Thus ends the public announcement. Now we're inching ever closer to the release of Farming Simulator 22, and as usual, I have not seen a thing about it. For a long time. Except all I know now is grapes and olives, that's it.
Yeah, pretty much grapes. Grapes are all I know of, and the new harvesting equipment for it. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to have a look, so I want it to be a surprise for when I go in and see what's there. What are you going to say, Patrio?
I was going to say, yeah, there's definitely a couple of more features that they've announced and confirmed, but that's neither here nor there. At the moment, they're just up to the usual Fact Sheet Friday deal. So every Friday they're on the social media, oh, hey, look at this new tractor, and hey, look at this wagon you've used for the last 10 games.
Are they still going to have JD in the game?
Yeah, they would have got a license for that, yeah. They would have got a contract for them for a couple of games, I'd say, at least, and then redo on that for a later date. But I think they probably did all right with it. They would have had the sales and everything else like that, so John Deere would have been all right. Because otherwise they wouldn't have got the DLC, you know, for the Cotton DLC and with the extra bits and pieces.
It would be nice if they did an Australian map, you know, just straight up as a base game map.
Yeah, but they won't do that, will they? Because
no, because American maps are better.
Well,
apparently.
hey, it's, apart from the fact that they don't think you exist.
Yeah, true.
Giants don't think you exist because they didn't bother adding Australia on as an option. They added New Zealand on as an option, which was a hell of a surprise because we're used to being left off, including the Atlas. It's about the money, and they make more money from sales in Europe and in America, so they're not going to worry about that at all. It would be nice. It would be nice having a New Zealand map as well, but I mean that would be pretty much like having an English map, and I don't recall seeing an English map ever being released in Farming Sim from my memory.
I thought Bornholm was English one. Was that American? No, that was European, that one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it sounds like Norway or Poland or something from just from the name alone.
Yeah, the name, the clue was in the name. So, wait and see. Well, they even did the Swiss Alps, obviously, and I think they're bringing that out as standard, as they normally do anyway, don't they? What they Giants generally do is you get your standard game equipment. Let's take FS15 for an example, okay? So you got your standard game equipment and everything else, and you got your map, and you got your 17 came out. Then you got your Platinum Edition. You got extra DLC equipment that you buy the DLC for and all that kind of stuff. And the Platinum Edition, or was it the Platinum Edition or the Gold Edition? I can't remember. 15.
Platinum.
Then 17 came out, and what they did is they took out some of the standard equipment that you got with 15 and threw them into DLCs, and then added the DLC equipment you got with 15 and threw it as standard. And then they added the you got your 2 standard maps, and one of them was obviously the one that came with the platinum. Or actually, I'm pretty sure it was gold edition with 15. Came with the gold edition, and then they did that with 19 as well. So you ended up with a map that came out with the platinum as the standard from 17, and you same deal. The DLC equipment you got with 17, you pretty much got standard with this game, and then you got some other DLC stuff that came out, which you had standard in 17, and yeah. So I imagine they'll do the same. So the Alpine map will come out, and they've got an American map, and they've got another type of map as well. So what I'm really looking forward to is just the graphics. I've seen some of the graphics. I've seen what they've added. So yeah, I'll be intrigued to see. It'll probably be what we were all expecting for 19 to finally turn up in 22.
Yeah.
We're finally get the 3D textures at least. And I do know about the weather
waiting
system.
Several years.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it before, and I'll say it again. I mean, the whole 19 thing was a shambles.